our local stops. Breathe friendly.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Bad weather continues to disrupt the weekend plans across much of the Midwest and the Northeast this morning. And you're still dealing with some snow and some ice and rain across the area. Good morning and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Cheryl Lemke.
And I'm Kristen Dodd. Bitterly cold temperatures will eventually replace the snow and ice in most of the Midwest today. But the messy weather will remain the biggest problem in the Northeast. Snow and ice yesterday, followed by rain overnight and early this morning, left things slushy in New York City. You'll see more rain today, then falling temperatures tonight. And that means that the slush will be freezing for Sunday. Here's a look at the latest radar from New York City and Boston, where we do have the showers continuing to streak across Boston. A little bit drier at this point for Hartford, and also a chance to dry out here in New York City. But as our front begins to move off to the east, more rain will come across New York City as well as Philadelphia. A batch of heavier rainfall now over Atlantic City and heading over Salisbury, where it's going to be for the next hour or so. Now, in the colder air, we have been seeing freezing rain and also snow throughout the morning hours. Right now, that freezing rain continuing to hang on along the coast of Maine, also in central Vermont, New Hampshire, and then around our low where it's pulling in that colder air, that's where we have all snow. In Syracuse and Rochester, Buffalo, and also light snow still falling in Pittsburgh. And around that, we are seeing the flow come across the lakes, and so lake effect snow setting up near Cleveland. To the east of Cleveland, you could pick up several inches of snow. Lake effect snow also possible today for Erie as well as Jamestown, and then light to moderate snowfall coming across Pittsburgh at this hour. Here's a look at your forecast through your midday hour, and as that front continues to head eastward, some colder air will infiltrate into Massachusetts. So in western Mass, that's where you could pick up a few flurries by the evening hours, and still looking at the light snow extending all the way down toward Pittsburgh and also portions of West Virginia. Here's how much we expect. In the areas in the darker pink, we could see 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. Also in the lake effect areas, 3 to 6 inches of snow here, and heavier bands of snow right across Michigan and also northern Indiana. The heaviest of the rain from Boston down toward Philadelphia and in Trenton, New Jersey, and then heavy rain also along the coast of North Carolina. Right now we have a very warm 52 degrees in Boston, 40 in New York City, 38 in Philadelphia. Still have that colder air in Pittsburgh, and it's only going to get colder from here on out. Right now you have 23 degrees. Detroit at this hour is at 14. Cold air already in place in the Midwest, where Minneapolis this hour is 25 degrees colder than where you were yesterday at this time. Colder also in Des Moines as well as Kansas City and in St. Louis. Here's your actual air temperature for right now in St. Louis. Chicago, your temperature is 3, and right now it's 7 below in Des Moines and 16 below zero in Minneapolis. You consider the winds, and it's very brutal along the Canadian border, where Fargo now feels like 42 degrees below zero. But even with wind chills slightly below zero, like in Lincoln. You could easily endure frostbite if you're out for any type of prolonged period and your skin is exposed. Right now, that snow coming across the lakes to northern Indiana and also in portions of Michigan. That begins to pull back over the next several hours and still will affect folks in Saugatuck and also Muskegon and Holland. As our next clipper comes into Minnesota this evening, light snow breaking out in western Minnesota all the way to Omaha, where you could pick up 1 to 3 inches. Cheryl?
You're seeing some dense fog again this morning in parts of the Pacific Northwest and also in sections of California. And there's also fog in parts of the Deep South, where you're also contending with some locally heavy rain and some thunderstorms over parts of the region. While the rain was light this morning as you were heading to downtown Atlanta for several trade shows or perhaps the Falcons NFL playoff game. Now the rain may last for about another hour or so, and then after that the rain ending, but then it will be turning much colder and very windy. Temperatures will be falling from the 50s to the 30s with wind chills in the 20s. So boy, what a cold, raw, nasty afternoon it's setting up to be across parts of the southeast, including Atlanta. Right now, though, we have extensive cloud cover that continues to envelop the southeast with the clouds, lots of showers and thunderstorms. However, though, as we head over towards Mississippi, we start to see the clearing taking place, and the colder and the clearing skies, though, are coming at a price because temperatures are really falling off quite dramatically behind this frontal boundary. Now, again, we have a strong cold front that is bearing down the southeast, and that is helping to trigger the showers and the thunderstorms that we have been seeing. There's still some rain out there this morning around Asheville, back over towards Greer and Spartanburg, South Carolina. Showers and thunderstorms down towards the Florida Panhandle. Now, if the rest of the afternoon turns out to be the same as it was this morning, there is the potential for some very strong thunderstorms. At least earlier this morning, we had some severe thunderstorms traipsing across the New Orleans area. There was some rough weather, too, for the Florida Panhandle. And as that cold front kind of shifts towards the east, so will the threat for severe weather, too. It will also be migrating eastward. And that means that during the afternoon, Cape Hatteras, Charleston, on into Savannah, Georgia, Orlando, Daytona Beach, you're all targeted for the chance for some strong thunderstorms today. So watch out for some heavy rains, gusty winds, and maybe some small hail to accompany these showers and thunderstorms. Well, we're still seeing some rain, though, moving in around the Asheville area, heading over through Charlotte. There is colder air, though, filtering in behind our system, and that's caused some snow at this time. Snow scattered about from Nashville and back over towards the Cumberland Plateau. Again, the rain for just a short while longer for Atlanta. After that, there will be some clearing skies taking place later this afternoon. And we're still seeing some embedded thunderstorms, too, rumbling from Albany, Georgia, through Tallahassee. More showers and thunderstorms back over towards the open waters. So if you're planning on going boating or fishing this morning, be extra careful because these showers and thunderstorms could cause some very choppy waters across the northern Gulf. We're also seeing the winds, too, picking up with this cold front as the winds shift around from the southwest to the northwest. And at times, winds will easily be gusting around 30 to 35 miles per hour during the day. Again, those strong winds are ushering in very cold air. It's down to 16 right now for Oklahoma City, only 25 for Dallas. That's a good 20 degrees colder than what it was yesterday at this very same time. Still, though, enjoying some relatively mild air, though, from Florida all the way up towards the Outer Banks of North Carolina. But enjoy it while it lasts, because it will be turning much, much colder over the next few hours or so. Heading to the west we go, Reno waking up to about 20, 43 though for San Francisco. Right now partly cloudy skies for Denver and the temperature at 34 degrees. Overall kind of quiet across most of the west thanks to a big ridge of high pressure. Moisture though continues to come in towards the Pacific Northwest, prompting some light rain for Quileute and Seattle. And I think our biggest concern for the western states will be the winds. Very strong Santa Ana winds buffeting Southern California, and we still have some high wind warnings out for the mountains and the canyon passes around Riverside and San Bernardino counties. Here's our weather map for later on this afternoon, and our cold front continues to work its way towards the east coast. At any rate, though, if you're running some errands this afternoon, heading off to the mall, watch out for more sloppy conditions from Boston through around Norfolk, Virginia. More rain showers, too, for Jacksonville down towards Tampa Bay. Again, the cold front will eventually, though, work its way off the coast. And looking at right behind it, though, our next system comes into play. Just a series of clippers moving in, but they will bring a renewed bout of snowfall for the Great Lakes, including Chicago, South Bend, Detroit. Watching out for more snows moving in for Sunday morning. Heavier snows today, probably from travel.
Information pack with details